Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm just gonna show a method how to create subcategories on a page. For example, let's make a link holder, a page where you can list several links, your bookmarks for example. I've made a design here. It's called subcat, and the site will be this design. And this site has a sub menu. You can download lots of menus from the internet. And you have to generate UL lists. The first is, let's have a design an admin panel where you can add several subcategories. To manage it, I've got a site in PHP code.hu. You can go to a MySQL generator, and with this generator you can generate admin panels and lots of other stuff. If you can select English, you can say the page in English, and I will make video tutorials about the usage. What will be the table name? Let's just call it categories, where I will add a category ID. It will be its table primary key, and name will be the category name. And in this state I'm gonna add a parent. Why is it good? The parent will be the same tables one element above from a list box, and then you can add which category in which other category. When you will say the page, you will know it will be a list box, and you can select here lookup table. Just select yes, and you can give the same table such as categories. The lookup table primary key will be the category ID, and this field goes into the list box. And just press generate and scroll a little, and you can download the whole management code called download the generated files. Open, and and just uncompress to an admin folder. Let's call it an admin, and one page for categories, because you should have several contents such as links, and you can list the categories there. And the first, you should make the database, the SQL table. You can open the MySQL database file, copy and paste the SQL code into your PHP MyAdmin. For this, I have a localhost server. And let's make a new database to be clean. Let's call it, for example, links. And in this table database, you can create a new table called categories. If you see inside, there is empty. Go to the categories folder, and the first is to set up the connect.php. With this file, you can make a connection to the MySQL. It takes time to load the program, but you should use or try PHP edit. And here we are. This is the connect PHP. First is to save the local host, the MySQL host here, my user root, my password is empty, the database is links, and in a normal way, if you just generate a normal table structure, not a subcategories listing, you can use the code so it's up and ready. But in this case, you have to set another SQL query to the index page, because when you make connection between the same table twice, you have to use aliases. So the query should be select everything from the categories, left join the categories table again, let's call it C. And when you make the definition for the relation, you have to say the categories parent should be equal with the C table category ID. To make a bit clear, let's insert here a category, for example, PHP. And when you insert a new record, you will see where the parent value is empty, 0. This will be the main category. Let's add here new category, for example, SQL. And I don't know, computers. And for these 3 categories, you will see an empty parent, because they are the main categories, they have no parents. But if you want to add a new subcategory into the PHP, you have to use the PHP's category ID as a parent. Here goes coding in PHP, basics and some other details. But the parent will be 1 for the PHP. And let's add, for example, so in PHP, and the parent ID is 1. So when you make the browse, you make a list from the table, you can show which is this category's parent. you can make and write next to this category to show which is its parent. Alright? So in the index page, when you list the PHP, you have to make the connection between the parent and the loaded categories table, where the parent from the main categories table is equal with the another connected categories table's category ID. See? So the oops. So the connected category ID is equal with the normal categories parent value. Because of the left join, where is no parent, you will see a null, an empty value next in the category name. And what should be here? Because everything from the categories and select the name from the connected table. It's called C name, and when you detach or attach a new table, you should use aliases for the fields. Let's call it C dot name as C name. C name will be the attached table field. And in the lister, you can show C name, where this is the parent. Let's have a test. Go to admin / categories. Say the PHP doesn't have a parent SQL, though computers doesn't have a parent, but the coding in PHP will be in the PHP category. And when you add a new entry, let's give a name, left join to get several tables. Which category it will be in the SQL. List the table and you will see a new entry in the SQL. So in PHP, I want to add here a new subcategory, CO in PHP. Let's give use htaccess and about mod rewrites, etc. See? And when you make content tables, you can give the category ID, for example 6, and when you make a menu, you can pass the category ID in the URL. What we have now, we should list here, and of course the update is okay here. Let's give this coding in PHP basics, go to the computers instead. And in the list, you can say, or you will say the coding in PHP basics in the computers. So it's very easy to understand. Now make the lists, because the design should list in here. Give here the subcategories. How to manage it. I will use the connect PHP as an include. So I put here, for example, into the design, or give here includes. I will make a copy, and when you in the categories, you can just include the connect PHP again from the upper folder. So you can use the include, one, two folders, go to the includes and open the connect PHP. Go to the includes folder and open the connect.php. And in the categories lister, now you have the connection. The next step is to convert the design into a dynamic page. It's just rename index.php. Is now the main page. What should here? I'm gonna make two includes, one for the connect and one for the function, because in the functions I will make functions to provide subcategories. Say this is the main, the menu item. I will make a copy and generate a function to provide the categories in lists, elements. Here is the function. And this function should make this look. Just call it function and categories. The method is to select first the main categories where the parent ID is empty, 0. So when you call, you have to select everything from the categories table where the parent is this ID. And when you go through the results, result will be MySQL query, SQL, or die MySQL error. And when there is a result, if the MySQL name rows for this result bigger than 0, you have to get the results from the result resource. So for this you have to use while and use the basic structure to go through the results array or make array from the results. You can use the MySQL fetch assoc for this. and put the result into the function call. And in here you can draw the element first and close the element here. And you can echo the href, where you have to make the menu item into dynamic. You can echo the name in here. But to make subcategories into this category, in this line, you should know how many categories there, where the current ID, for example 3, is in here as a parent. So get this ID where the parent ID is the computers and count it. In this SQL you can put the select, but it's kind of an advanced query, so I make a sum function to count the categories where this ID, the current ID, is the parent one. So the function will be count categories, and I will pass here an ID. Let's have an SQL and select count category ID where this ID is the parent one. Run the result. You can use the MySQL error and get the count value, the counted value. So select count from the categories table and get the results. For this you can use an alias, for example num, and to get the result or the num will be MySQL fetch a suc and its result, and return with the num arrays num index, because the num is the alias. If you call it C number, you can get its value from $num array and cnums index. And with this query we can make an if condition. If this current category ID has values for So it has subcategories. Let's call it count subcategories. If it has a value, let's call a UL element, and here goes another function call, and don't be surprised, I will call categories function inside the category function. And given here, which is, and which category I should pass here, the parent. And here the parent is category ID. So the method is like this. Let's select in the first run. Let's select where the parent is empty. The first result is PHP. It creates the element and get how many subcategories in there. Let's select where the PHP ID is here as a parent. It is just only one COM PHP. It provides the COM PHP and get where the COM PHP ID is available as a subcategories parent. For example, 5. It will provide you 2-1. And it will make queries recursively. If you call the categories in the index page, in here, just broke out from the HTML, open a PHP code block and call here the category function. And the first run, to get the main categories, you have to save 0 in here. And which is the main categories? PHP SQL computers. And PHP has subcategories, use HTSS, and both more modern right. It's very funny. So this is the method. And with this category, let's edit the categories lister. You can pass the category ID here. So call the index page and pass the category ID right here. Cat ID. And when you press the left join to get several or CO in PHP, you see category is equal with 5. So I will pass the category ID in the URL as a link. And when you press, you can get the category ID from the URL with the $get. In here, you can make lister to get contents from tables. Let's have a make. And create a new table structure. I'm gonna make English. Let's go the table name, link base, link ID, and given here the category ID and get the link name, details, and the link. Let's populate and give in here a list box from the categories table. Let's select list box. Lookup table will be our category table. Which is the category name? It is category ID. Which will be there, the name. The link name will be a normal text field. Details should be a text area. Where am I? Longer text for text area. And the link may be required. And maybe the link name is required. And it's required to select a category for this. Let's generate and download the code, download the generated files. Open and uncompress here into your admin folder. Let's call it links. And you have to set up the connect PHP. I'm just gonna make a copy from the categories folder to be able to reach the connect PHP from our includes folder. So the links up and ready. If you create the link based table, go to the PHP MyAdmin and create here links and test the admin panel. Open the links folder, add a new entry. Let's say PHP code. Codes, the URL is phpcode.hu. My details, generator site to make codes easier. What should be here? A new category, let's say PHP. And the entry is right here. So into the design, you have to make link to the PHP, and when the PHP category is selected, let's make a link lister from the table. Right here, it will be links so it will be the header. Let's call this header as link base, and where there is a content. When a category has selected, the links has selected, let's generate here tables and list the links from the links table where the category is the past category. List links by category. It will be a function. You can just pass the links into this function and create tables. Alright, let's go to the functions and make a function and just pass the category ID and select everything from the links where the category ID is equal with the category ID from the link. So category ID should be int val category ID to protect the SQL injection, and pass here the category ID and go through the results. So run the SQL and if there is a result, let's generate here a table. And use the while cycle to get the result from the resource. And in here you can generate tables, for example. So the TD goes here, and you can put the URL here, where the URL is from the link-based table. Select from the link-based table where the the category ID is 1. So write here the link and save the name into the anchor. The link name. And make a new row to echo the details. And then there is no category, means there is no there is no result. Just echo, there is no results. There is no link in this category. Let's pass the PHP. Not links, category ID. See, the category ID is in the URL. The link is undefined. it's a white space here, so this is the problem. The link base is a link lister from the table. You can add a target and open the links blank. And you can make the several links and menu items here. You can add search facility. Let's give a search in the link base. In here, I'm gonna add a form. Input type is text. Its name is a query. And the method will be get. Search for links. And add here a submit button. Submit type. Its name is submit. And in here, where there is no category selected, let's add an else if. The query, the queue variable has selected. You can pass here a function to search in the table. Link base search for links. Let's send and write here a function search links and pass the query. And write the search links function. Search links, pass the query. First you're gonna make is to protect your database from SQL injection. So the queue will be equal with mres get queue. mres is a function in the connect PHP. If you go to includes, you will find a function like mres and other functions. You can save these functions in the functions PHP. Here goes only the connection. So we are here, make a query. To be true, links by categories is very similar than a search. So you can copy the select from the link base where not the category but the link name, like the past query. Not just the link name, but or the details like the query or the link like this query. To protect from the database, let's say if the query's length is too short, let's say call search keyword should be 3 long. And in that case, let's run the query. And if there is no result, there is no results. Search for this. A search keyword should be 3 characters long. Let's search for PHP. Oops. Where the link name, all the details. Like, when you use like, you should need to use the equal sign. And here goes, this is the result. Search for another one. Go to the admin and give here a new link. Into the connection. In the admins, you should pass the function too. And a new link, for example, generators, and pass here the generators. Video tutorials for learn, and which category it will be, the PHP. And when you search for generators, or just PHP, you will see, because the link contains the PHP keyword. Alright? So that was basically a long tutorial, but these are the steps to develop subcategories with a little example to store URLs on a page. If you got a further question, go to the comment area and leave a comment. Right? And again, PHP code .edu is my page. Select English and say. And if you like this tutorial, go to this site and press this banner, please. It gives me lots of money. Buy.